You are tuned into another episode of Black Girl Den Podcast brought to you by Alieshia's Productions.
Hey homegirls, it's your favorite homegirl Alieshia, and I'm so excited to announce that I'm hosting a girls' night out dinner in Louisville, Kentucky. If you're in the surrounding areas, I would love to see you. It is September 26, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. You just need to RSVP on Eventbrite. The link will be in the description. I would love to see you. Spots are filling up fast, but DM me on Instagram if you miss out and you still want to come. Talk to you soon, homegirl.
Hey homegirls, welcome back to the Black Girls Den, where you come and get zen. It's your homegirl, Alieshia, your favorite homegirl, okay? This podcast is where girlhood meets grown woman conversations with the nostalgia dab. If that speaks to you, then welcome to the den. If it don't speak to you, stay around, okay? You're going to feel it. But this is the 40th episode of Black Girls Den. So every 10 episodes, I try to, add a little pop culture spin to it. So this episode is inspired by Forbes 40 Under 40, okay? So this episode, I am honoring women who look like me that has helped me start my digital storytelling career, who's also under 40 years old, okay? If they 40, we're gonna give them a slide, right? But that's what we doing. So this episode is really special to me because we are giving Black women their flowers. Now, these are roses, but it's okay. Life happens in child. That's all I could find. But, we're just here to honor women and to, acknowledge women who don't always get acknowledged. I don't know necessarily the women who I am doing. Don't know if they always get acknowledged, but I wanted to, shout them out and give them their flowers because we wanted to give it to them while they are alive, okay? So I have my computer, for my notes or whatever. So that's kind of how I'm doing it today. So, yes, I'm honoring 4 women under 40 in social media, like the social media space, who I looked up to in my digital career, kind of how I started. So yes, I want to give them their flowers. And if you feel encouraged to give people their flowers that you feel like have helped you, not necessarily mentored you, but you watched, you've seen, and they have grown to whatever, give them some flowers too. This is all about just empowering people, uplifting women, and, doing the dang thing, period, right? But I hope y'all enjoyed the last week's episode. I've been seeing the numbers, okay? We talked about friendship, and it was me and my friends that have been friends since like 2013. So check that episode out if you haven't listened or watched it. We correlated with Insecure. We talked about the friendships on Insecure, Issa D, Tiffany, Natasha, I think is her name, and Molly. So we kind of talked about that. And so check that out if you haven't checked it out. It was a really good episode. It was fun. And so like I said, this is the 40th episode, but let me know what y'all been doing. I know it's been a while since we chatted last time. It's been what it is, and I've actually gotten 2 jobs, right? Not 1 but 2 jobs since that time. So my goal is to become a tech founder. So I'm just doing some groundwork, you know what I'm saying? So let us know what you have been doing in the comments. If you're listening to this, comment on Instagram what you've been doing. Tell me what's been up. If you are on the pod app, give us 5 stars. Okay, that's all we need. But yeah, let me know what y'all been working on, what y'all been doing. I am back. I am so excited to, come and be in this space with you all again, because it's been a long time coming. But I haven't forgotten about y'all because I actually have been filming a series called Small Town Girl Bigger Dreams with women entrepreneurs who live in Louisville, Kentucky. So that will be coming out hopefully soon. It's about them chasing their dreams and building their empire. So, we've been doing that. And if you are listening to this on the Podbean app or any podcast app, we also do have a YouTube channel, Black Girls Den, so you can come and see the visuals. Okay, I got the flowers. We on the couch, we sitting, we chilling. Okay, so just wanted to shout that out. But so we're going to start off with some Den announcements, even though I just gave y'all some Den announcements. But let's get into it. We haven't seen each other in a while, and we're just catching up. You know what I'm saying? This is Black Girls Den Catch Up. Okay, so first, okay, I want to share with y'all that if y'all are not following us on social media, please do the Black Girl Den Podcast on Instagram, on Facebook, Black Girl Den Podcast on TikTok, and of course YouTube if you're not on there. That's where I post everything. That's where I show up, go live, do all that good stuff there, and do a lot of batch recording, you know what I'm saying? And kind of just putting content out there for y'all, because like I said, I do have a full-time job, child, and it's hard to balance it. But if you are in Louisville, Kentucky, or the surrounding areas, I'm hosting a Black Girls Dinner for my homegirls so we can break bread, chat. It will be September the 26th, Friday at 6:30 p.m. at Stony River. But you have to RSVP on Eventbrite. I will put the link in the description for you all. And it's getting full, you know, because I want it to be an intimate time. I want the listeners to be able to, you know, get to know each other, see what's going on in their lives, and just really building up that community so we can have more girls in the den, okay? So I'm so excited for that. And yeah, I just wanted to do something fun. You know, I'm trying to think if I want to do it quarterly, monthly, or whatever, have in different cities and stuff like that. So even though I might do it virtually, let me know if y'all be interested in like doing a virtual dinner where, you know, you gonna bring your food, but I'll bring the discussion, okay? So let me know if I should do that on YouTube or not. I'm down to do whatever to kind of build and grow this community. So yes, there's that. So another thing is that there has been some discourse around if the church is keeping women single on TikTok. I don't know if you have seen it, if you're on TikTok or not, but there's been a lot of thoughts and stuff like that. So I decided to take it upon myself to actually talk about it on YouTube. So last night I went on live, Tuesday night for the people who are listening in the future. And I talked about that with some ladies, got their perspectives on if they feel like the church is, you know, keeping them single or not. In my opinion, I have a lot of different opinions about it. So go check that out if you want to, you know, hear that, or if you want to chime in, put your 2 cents in. You know, we family over here, so we want to chat about all things. You know, we yappers. What they be saying, we yappers. So we just yapping, okay? That's what I like to do on live, just yap a little bit. So go check that out. And since we're speaking about yapping, I have a new series that I started, which is when I go live on Sundays. And it's basically like what I see in the feed from a Black woman's perspective. I had to do it actually Tuesday instead because I went to the Keke Camp concert. I'm at Damani, y'all. I'm at Damani. But I had to do it on Tuesday instead of Sunday. But this Sunday coming up, Sunday the 14th at 8 p.m., I will be talking about friendships and sisterhood and the importance of it. With another lifestyle creator, Janitha Daniel. She's on TikTok and Instagram, and she just shares her life as a lifestyle creator in Atlanta. We're going to be going live on Sunday on the Black Girls Den YouTube channel to kind of talk about just sisterhood and, like, you know, how we navigate it, you know, turning new decades, new ages, child. It's kind of hard from 20s to 30s and different things like that. So that is kind of what we will be talking about. So I hope that you can join. If you can't, you can always watch the replay, okay? So, yes, I'm excited about that. And, okay, another announcement. If you didn't know, I also interview reality TV show stars. I do recaps on Thursdays. It's TV Thursdays. And I've also done some on Sundays with my friend Kiwan. She also does like TV recaps of different TV shows. So I was recapping the show Never Ever Met, and then I also did Somebody's Son. These are 2 own shows, and I interviewed Shambrielle, which was the winner from Somebody's Son, and Marissa, and then I interviewed Keke on Never Ever Met. So if you have not seen those, they are actually doing pretty good. If you want to see, you know, behind the scenes or kind of seeing what's going on in the reality TV world, you definitely should check those out. I'm an OWN girly. If you watch OWN, let me know in the comments or let me know on Instagram, child. But I want this podcast and then to be a safe space for women to be able to share their voices and feel seen and heard. So Monday, September 15th, okay, at 8 o'clock, I am interviewing Rasha from TLC Versions. and I hope that I'm saying her name right. Alieshia. I'm gonna get it right by that time, okay? So sorry if you see this. But she's on TLC Virgins, and I watched the show, and I wanted to kind of get her experience, her talking about it, and just getting some tea about that. So if that's the type of stuff that you are interested in, I'm really trying to build it out. I hope that you can join us. That will be Sunday and Monday, so your girl will be busy, okay, in this September. We are bringing all the content to y'all, all right? So I definitely hope to see y'all in the comments. Definitely hope to see y'all subscribing, following us on social media, so y'all can be a part of the Black Girls Den community, period, okay? We have reached over 800 downloads. We are so close to 1,000. So I do want to thank y'all so much for showing us so much love, downloading everything. I see it all the time. I watch it. I try to engage. I try to interact. I want you all to, show us a little bit of love on Instagram. Maybe not Facebook, but TikTok. I see y'all commenting, sharing, so I can comment back, so I can shout y'all out. Because I really would love to do a Den Listener of the Week or something like that. So if you are commenting a lot, I'm going to start doing that, okay? Den Listener of the Week. I'm going to start shouting you out on the YouTube community tab. So, if you want to be the Den Listener of the Week, comment, share, like it, okay? So yeah, that's basically all of the announcements for that, okay? So I am definitely excited to get into today's topic, and I'll give you a little bit of background, then we're gonna get into it, all right? So I want to do an episode where I create a space to honor women who may or may not get recognized, as I was saying earlier, and acknowledge them with an award, but it's really flowers. It's really roses, but hey, bear with me. And I want them to be able to smell their flowers, So let's get into the 4 under 40 women who I'm honoring. This segment is called Black Girls on Our Feed, okay, period, because social media. So the order is really in the order on how I found them. It's not really like a hierarchy. It's just like how I found them on social media through my digital storytelling and my journey of becoming, a podcaster, YouTuber, and stuff like that, a blogger. If you did not know, I started with blogging, and then I started doing YouTube, and then I kind of got into podcasting. So that's just my trajectory, and I'm just sharing it, and I'm going to honor the women who I watched why I'm here right now. So the first woman I want to give flowers to is Dayna Bolden. She is a host, model, CEO of Bolden Creative Media, a beauty and lifestyle digital content creator. She's based in Atlanta now, but I do believe she's from Baltimore. And her mission is to inspire women to not only dream, but to go after them as well. Okay, that's her bio. Check it out. All right, that's why I'm reading it like that. But in 2017 is when I feel like I first seen Dayna Bolden on Instagram. I just remember graduating college, basically, because I didn't really do anything in college. I wish I did, but I didn't do nothing with digital creating in college. But I found her because I wanted to be a blogger. So I was like, okay, I was into lifestyle blogging and stuff like that. So I found her and I seen her. She was dark skinned with natural hair. I was like, okay, yes, a dark skin, very encouraging. Dark skin influencer, you see far in between, not that many. But she's also married and she has 2 kids. And I feel like she did a lot with balancing that. I don't have no kids, but it was just to see her still pointing to her dreams, being a mom, being a wife, and they be doing date nights and stuff like that. And I also think she did a dinner thing when she was in Baltimore, and then she went to Atlanta. I'm so sad I never really got to meet her, but she was one person that I see was well-rounded, was doing things, was having fun, and she was having her style together. She was going out, working out. I think she would be waking up early. I'm like, woo, child, girl, I know how you do all that. But I really did enjoy watching her and seeing it. I was like, okay, someone that's dark skinned, that has natural hair is very, very important to me, because at that time I'm still natural, but that time I was like, do I want to wear my hair? Do I not want to wear my hair and stuff like that? So it was great to see someone that looked, kind of like me and doing this influencing thing. So yeah. Now I do believe she works with the WNBA, or she just might go to the games. I'm not really for sure, but I do know that she plays basketball. She has her daughter. I literally remember when her daughter was so young. I think 5 or 6. Now her daughter's, I think, about middle school, high school. I'm like, okay, y'all, I see y'all. But yeah, so if you heard about her before, or if you follow her, shout her out, tell her that I'm giving her flowers, you know, tag her, post her, comment in her post, or tag her in this, you know, YouTube thing. And if you have followed her, let me know if you do know her. If you don't know her, you should definitely go check her out. She is now in Atlanta doing a whole bunch of different other things. And I think she was trying to do like bold fitness, like an athlete, like an athletic leisure wear type thing. Don't know if she's still doing it or not. I kind of fell off, but she was like one of the first people that I was following. So I wanted to give her flowers and honor her. It's really a rose, but I wanted you to smell your flowers. If you ever see this, shout out to you. You are doing the dang thing, period. Love you so much. Okay, so the next person, these kind of are like kind of tied though, but the next person I want to shout out is Shaniece Crystal. Okay, she's from Toronto, baby, but she's like based in LA or Dallas now. I don't really know, my girl's all over. But also in 2017, I was watching her travel vlogs. I don't know how I got to her travel vlogs on YouTube. I know I was bored at work and I would start just watching YouTube. That's literally when I got into YouTube, and I watched her travel vlogs. I forgot where she went. I think she went on like a vacation trip to somewhere out the country. I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to do this. Y'all, my next trip, I vlogged it. Now it's not on YouTube, but I went to Made America and I vlogged, and I was like, boom, that's like influence. Like, I'm like, she's doing that. I already did study abroad, and I kind of like recorded when I went to like Trinidad and Tobago 2016. I did a little bit of recording, but I wasn't like recording like I'm staying abroad. But I was like, dang, I should have did that. But I didn't do that nevertheless. But that next trip, I started vlogging, and baby, I've been vlogging my trips ever since. So shout out to her. Okay, I believe she's Trinidadian and well, I know she's Jamaican. I believe she's a little Trinidadian. I'm not really 100% sure, but she just be traveling all over. She has long, gorgeous hair. She's natural. Now my hair ain't long like hers, but baby, that hair is long. Okay, and so she just kind of showed like her living, her doing her journey. She did like beauty and stuff like that, but I really liked her travel vlogs. She was always going somewhere. She was like a YouTube content creator or whatever, and that was kind of when it was big, kind of when I got into it. So I would be watching her travel vlogs a lot. And so I felt like she was like a person that like, oh, okay, like, you know, let me start YouTube. Like, let me start putting my stuff out on YouTube. And then I like follow her on Instagram and different things like that. And so I feel like that's kind of when like, I was like, okay, you know, like, let me start this travel vlog. Let me do this thing or whatever. So I would say shout out to her, and I wanted to also give her flowers. So if you watch her, tag her, share this with her. Hey girl, love you. I need you to come back on YouTube, girl. Now we missing you, girl. Where you at, girl? Okay. You can definitely check out her YouTube channel. I will link that in the description below too as well. There's gonna be a lot of stuff in the description. Okay, so make sure y'all check it out. But definitely loved her, still love her. She does different things, like she moved to LA, so she was doing stuff out there. She moved to Dallas, all stuff like that. And so she just kind of always travels, and I think she always has like a birthday trip. And she's a Leo, period, team Leo. And if you know, you know, okay, period. So my fellow Leo girl. I wanted to give her flowers. I love her so much. Love her so much. But I need her to come back to on YouTube, okay? And if you know her, comment below if you know her. Let me know if you be watching Shaniece, okay? Next is definitely an icon. If you do not know her, you are literally sleeping under a rock. And I don't know how you don't know her, but literally, like, she is literally an icon. Comment below if you think you know who I'm about to say. Drum roll, please. Issa motherfreaking Rae. Girl, she need flowers, she need roses, she need the red carpet, okay? She's a Senegalese American writer, also dark skin, natural hair, T, period. She's a business owner, writer. We all know she got a coffee shop. We all know. I actually did a YouTube video about her from Insecure and talking about like overcoming doubts and like imposter syndrome. So I did do a video about that if you want to check that out. But just a little bit of the background of how I even found out who Issa was, and that's so crazy too. But definitely Issa Rae. I want to give her flowers. So comment, shout. I know y'all know who she is. So, you know, just share. Just post it and share so she can see See, the girl is giving her flowers. Now, she probably do get a lot of awards and stuff like that. I'm not really for sure, though. But it was, 2017 was definitely a pivotal year. Well, I think it might have been 2016. It was either 2016 or 2017. I can't really remember. But my friend introduced me to Insecure. It was one of those. I think it might have been 2016. I'm not really for sure though. But anyways, she was telling me, she was like at the desk, she's like, yeah, I'm watching Insecure. I'm like, girl, what's Insecure? I have HBO. I know nothing about that. I truly, honestly, you see, I was even late to YouTube, child. So she talked about Insecure. So then I started watching my Insecure. When I find out about people, I just kind of automatically go look them up. So I looked up Insecure. I watched it, I do believe. Then I found out who Issa Rae was. Then I learned about Awkward Black Girl. So I actually watched Awkward Black Girl after I watched Insecure. Most people did it the opposite way. So then when I watched that, I ended up getting her book. I ended up reading it. And I was like, oh, that is so cool. Like, you know, then I heard like Dorm Diaries. And I was like, kind of like a diehard Issa Rae fan, because then I went into her podcast. It was called The Fruit. If you remember The Fruit podcast, comment below, okay? Because I listened to that podcast, and then I was like, okay, Who Ray Media? Like, I was all up in there, okay? I was up in there so much that when she did she had like a writer's challenge when I was in grad school, that I even tried. I was like, I want to be a screenwriter. I want to write. Like, I was trying to write that. Girl, didn't even know how to even do that. So I had to get Final Draft Pro and all that stuff like that. Sadly, I didn't win it, but I did submit something to it, and I still have like what I submitted and stuff like that. So, you know, it's a journey, right? But even that, like seeing that and like kind of going through that route, I didn't mention her, but I ended up taking like Shonda Rhimes writing class and stuff like that. If you know, you know. In the master class. So I kind of just did like all that simultaneously, but she was definitely a person that was like pivotal. I'm like, okay, she you know, started from her dorm room. She did all these different things. And I'm like, okay, let me see if I can kind of start that too. Clearly it has not started yet, but you know, we're gonna have some faith. Even right now, she has a 2-part documentary out on HBO Max called Seen in Her, so I'm going to watch it as well. But in 2018, I started my first podcast called Millennial Thoughts, and then I started writing a book, and then I just thought of stories of like imagining what my life could be like, and so I was just like, let me get, you know, this software, let me do all this stuff, and then in 2018, I do remember like, that's when I applied for it. But I definitely did play it safe in my 20s when I got my degrees, and I was like, I want to be a writer, so then I moved to ATL during the pandemic, and I worked at a media company, and started taking TV writing classes. They did do well, you know. I was doing good in the TV writing classes, just trying to figure it out. But now, clearly, I'm back in Louisville. If you did not know, I'm back in Louisville. So, that's not the point. I'm not talking about that right now. But, I did start doing that. I'm still working on trying to do that. But she was a person to be like, oh, okay. But now knowing, like, her background is like she went and studied for this. She did all these different things. And so now it's just trying to figure out how I'm going to get to that next step. So she was very inspiring. Like, she started from YouTube, and I'm like, well, do I want to start something on YouTube? I'm like, I want to do a web series, but now people are doing short films. So I was like, do I want to do a web series? Do I want to do short film? Like, what do I want to do? But like, my girl's creative, and now she does coffee. Now she got wine. I'm like, okay, sis, what's the next venture? Okay, so she definitely like shows up for the creatives and like what you can do and like what you can see. First, I gotta get something out there first, but she's definitely somebody that I look up to, and I'm like, okay, you know, like this is good, this is cool. I wish I would have probably seen Awkward Black Girl before I watched Insecure, but like I said, I wasn't in these YouTube streets like that. But definitely want to give her flowers, and everybody knows her, so it's not something that's very surprising. I think that a lot of creatives and writers kind of look up to her and seeing what she's doing. Now she's in the movies, and she kind of, you know, she produced like the Rap-ish show and stuff like that. That's sad. I think that got canceled. And in a time where like Black TV shows are getting canceled, it's really important to be still, you know, able to have our narratives and our stories seen, shared, and heard. And so I think that that's really important. So I don't know what her next project was, but that 2-part documentary is all about that too. So I definitely say shout out to Issa Rae. Period. Okay. So the next person, I would honestly say this was all 2017, but she might have been 2018. In 2017, After I graduated, I did start an Instagram. It was called Alicia's Adventures, and so I was like documenting my travels. So that's when I got into like traveling, like posting and different things like that. I was counting my countries, child. Was I counting my states? I don't know. But my goal is to be at 30 states by the end of the year. But I was counting my countries. I'm at like 15 now. And just being in that space, like black travel blogger space, there's this lady that I came across. You may know her. Her name is Jessica Nabongo. I believe she resides in Detroit, Michigan. She's a travel blogger. She is Ugandan American, and she's known mostly for being the first black woman to visit all United Nations countries, okay? And she even has a book called Catch Me If You Can, which is also her blog. I found her before she like finished doing all the countries, so I was just kind of like watching her, get to all the countries. So that was really, really cool. As a travel blogger, I'm like, okay, where can I go? Where can I see? I don't really know if I have the desire to see all the countries. I do have the desire to see certain countries, but it's like being cool, like just seeing her like do her company, write her books, write her blogs, get partnerships and do different things like that. I think that was really, really cool to see. And then I still kind of follow her now, and she's still traveling, child. And she's dark skinned. She has like a fade, and she's just a beautiful woman. If you haven't heard of her, I would definitely check her out. If you're in the travel blogging space, I know you heard of her, but if you are not, it's still storytelling at the end of the day. She's still in that travel space, and I think she's doing a little bit more now because she's already reached that goal. So you definitely can, check her out. But she was a person that I can be like, oh, she's a travel blogger, she's dark skinned, that's kind of what I'm honing in on this episode, because I do notice a lot of colorism in the media space and how dark skinned women are, certain features get not looked at as, beautiful and different things like that. There's even been this story where this lady, I should bring it up. She was saying how she doesn't feel, people were kind of coming for her talking about she's not beautiful. And she's like, yes, I am beautiful. I think she, maybe Nigerian, but people were kind of calling her ugly for her nose and stuff like that. And like, it's just so sad that like, as black women, like we just kind of get torn down for any little thing. And like, at a point in space, like representation does matter, and I believe that these women have shown that you can do it. It's a hard fight and it does get discouraging, but even when you hear things about like 7th Street or talking about colorism in her podcast episode that she did, like she was able to sing but since she didn't look the part, they didn't give it to her. This other guy, he was talking about how he was too dark skinned to be able to play this role, and like you just see it in general, like how darker women kind of get like the horrible roles, like even like Lupita or whatever, like the roles of like the slaves, like what, like why do we have to get the roles and different things like that are not the epsilon all the time? Not saying that it's all the time, but I think that it's cool that we can kind of create our own narrative and we can see people that we don't have to look like this or do that. We can kind of, have a blank slate. And to me, I think representation matters. And I don't want to be like, I'm the colorism, speaker or whatever, but I do want to lean in that to a little bit more. And that's why I chose these specific women, because they are of darker skin. And I think that sometimes that we don't get shown as much. And so I wanted to kind of highlight them to be able to, share their stories if you all don't know them, but also people who I looked up to even start my creative journey, because growing up, I even speak about this like in media and stuff like that, you don't really always see darker skins, you see lighter skins and stuff like that. And so it's really hard to kind of really navigate to see like, do I want to be in media? Do I not want to be in media? And colorism is a big issue. Anti-blackness is a big issue. And, you can't always fight every system. So it's really hard to, think about like, do I want to fight this system? Do I not want to fight this system? And it's kind of discouraging knowing that it's still happening in 2025. But nevertheless, she persists. And I don't always talk about like, wanting to be resilient and different things like that, because who always wants to have to be resilient and keep fighting and stuff like that? People don't want to do it, but people have done that. And, it has gotten us to where we are today. I'm not telling you to, grab that fight and keep on fighting on, sister. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying that I did want to recognize women who probably have had other barriers and stuff like that they had to go through to get to where they're at right now. I'm nowhere near where I want to be at right now, where I'm nowhere near where I should be, maybe I should say. But I'm trying to get there. And it's just like, if I don't get discouraged, I can get there. And seeing these women, it is kind of encouraging. I don't want to get sad about it, but it's encouraging. And so I wanted to be able to shout them out, to honor them, and to, give them flowers, and to say, like, a younger generation is basically looking up to you. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. I do not want to cry on this episode. That was not meant for me to cry. But, yeah, let's get back to the fun. I wish I had something to drink now. So all in all, though, these women are still doing great. Like I said, Issa Rae is premiering with HBO right now. You can go check that out. Dayna's working. Like I said, I think she might work with WNBA, or she just might be going to the events, child. Jessica's still traveling, baby. I need to figure out how I need to be traveling. And someone please tell Shaniece to get back on YouTube. Girl, we miss you. Tag her. Where you at, girl? Where you at? But I also have a couple of honorable mentions because it was 4 under 44 episodes. I thought it was cute. But I do have a couple of honorable mentions that I have to give out. And this woman literally is an icon. And I can't even say it was from social media because we grew up with her. So, some honorable mentions is Keke mother freaking Palmer. Like, what? Like, we grew up with her before even digital happened. So we just have to give her flowers too. From Akilah and the Bee. Like, we just have to give her flowers, okay? Like, I just had to do it. And she switched over to digital. So I like how she created Key TV Network, her music, and how she's been able to just keep a job, baby. From the podcast, baby, it's Keke Palmer. Shooting her shot to Tyler Perry every time, baby. She gonna get that. I watched the interview with her, but she gonna get her a job, baby. Okay, she gonna keep a job. Yeah, so I also did an episode about her, about like how she created her own lane. So if you want to check that episode out too, that'll be in the description below. I'm not trying to do no crazy plugs or nothing, but I'm just letting you know. It's called Lessons We Learned from Keke Palmer, and literally she created her own lane. So I think that's good, but she's been from the beginning, from Akilah and the Bee and stuff like that. And then Medea's feeling reunion, baby. Didn't know that math, child. So yeah, so definitely want to shout out to Keke Palmer, a darker skinned woman too. But we have to like legendary. Like, we have to be like, girl, we started from. I remember watching Akilah and the Bee. Now I don't remember the word, baby, but she had to spell extra something. I don't even know, but yeah. If y'all like this episode, make sure y'all like it. Make sure y'all comment. I hope y'all enjoy this episode because this was a lot of work to do all this for this episode. I was like, woo. It was like I was dreading it, but I wanted to do it. But I wanted to make sure that it was a good episode for you all to really learn about people and just be encouraged and different things like that. So, yes. And another honorable mention, just because we only have 4 people, is me. I'm just playing, y'all. Luvvie. It's Luvvie. I hope her last name is Ayaji is Luvvie. Now, if you don't know Luvvie, you might be on the rock, but you also might not know Luvvie. I don't know. People, I don't do all that. You gotta know this person. You gotta you really don't have to know nobody, right? So it's okay if you get introduced. Like, some people are on too high horses, but if you don't know Luvvie, I'll tell you a little about Luvvie, okay? So she was known for her blogging during Scandal. Baby Shonda Rhimes knew her name, okay? And so now she's a New York Times bestseller and has a children's book, and she speaks all over the world. And she's even built a podcast. It's called Ransom Randomness. I used to listen to that one. She also had one called Jesus in Jollof with Yvonne, where I used to listen to that one all the time. I'm so sad that podcast is no longer here. But she has created her own path as well. She has done TED Talks, and she's built her platform and her success. And so it's just from her writing, blogging, I feel like it's kind of hard to do that now. I feel like it's kind of like YouTube now, if you react and review shows and stuff like that. But just seeing her path from blogging to now she's doing podcasts, now she has a children's book, now she's on different I would say stages or whatever. And I meant to look this up, but she's doing this summer break or something like that, where she's just lounging or something like that. She has this whole broadcast channel on Instagram. I'm actually in it. I'm like, girl, called The Playground. Cause girl, what you doing? I need to be doing Playground just like you. So yeah, I think that is really cool. If you haven't heard of her, you should definitely check her out. Please tag them, when we share this episode, tag them so they can see this, so that they can get their flowers. And just, I want to encourage you all to give people their flowers and just like share with them if you know that like you've seen them doing something and you feel like it has inspired you or encouraged you. Like sometimes people do need like positive affirmations, like positive comments. Being in this space and age and like stage, talking about a little bit, like people are really getting dragged online for crazy things like the attack, the cyberbullying. I'm just going to talk about a little bit, but like Kelsey getting attacked from Taylor Swift fans is crazy. Like Taylor Swift got engaged. I mean, I didn't really care that she got engaged. I didn't care, but like everybody commented on Kelsey's TikTok. Like this is why. What's his name? Oh, Travis Kelsey, child. Kayla, I said child Kelsey, my bad. Travis Kelsey got engaged to Taylor, and they were in Kayla's comments like, Kayla's not worried about him. Like, why are we cyberbullying? Like, it is so crazy. Like, this is why Travis Kelsey left you. This is why, like, in the comments, like, of course it's racism as well too. And even I follow Jessie Woo. She like reacts to Love Is Blind and stuff like that, and she did Love Island or whatever. Like, basically Steph with the Deets did a lie about her, but if you go on her TikTok page, like when she posts stuff, people be like saying crazy stuff about Hood and all. So I didn't really watch Love Island, but I did talk about it on YouTube Live. I talked about Orlandria and Shelly, and it's just like people are attacking people because of skin. Orlandria and Shelly, they're dark-skinned women. People are attacking women because of colorism, because of racism, different things like that. All these different things. I'm not saying that specific issue, but like the cyberbullying on women is crazy. People are so racist that they are commenting on Jessie Woo's comments like, oh, this is this, or like you're ugly, or like hood of this, like because somebody lied on her, like, and so it's just like attack on black women, and it's just so crazy. There is a difference between attacking and accountability, I will say, but the attack from other people, fans, is crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like the fact that other races fans are coming in and attacking black women, that is what I'm speaking about, and that is crazy. So all that to say that we should, definitely give grace to black women, but just like give black women their props, or just like positive messaging, positive things like they can see that uplift them, giving them their flowers instead of them always have to see like negative comments, crazy comments about anything that people don't even know that when it gets out their community. Even just like this episode, like I don't even know crazy comments, like I need to stay in the community with the den girlies, okay, with the homegirls, period, right? Like let's drink up, let's have fun. But I did want to say a little bit about that because I just feel like it's kind of getting to a point that it's getting crazy, like the cyberbullying, attacking fans from this person, this, like the show is off. If you don't care about Kayla, like if you care about Taylor, like why are we coming on TikTok to like comment all these crazy things? Like Taylor Swift is probably not worried about Kayla as well, and like Hood probably don't even know Jessie Woo. Like she talked about her, but it's just like Jessie Woo talked about the show, but it's like Hood's fans are like, they're just attacking. Like that's just crazy, and we just have to like get out of that. Like we do not need to see that. These fans are crazy. It's a mess. Like move on with your life. But I say also to say is that just give women their flowers. So if you want to tag any of these women that you have seen, that you heard, share with them. I hope that they receive this, and I hope that they get this, because I wanted to do an ode to basically 40 under 30 fortune, but I did not have time to do 40 women. That's a lot. But stay tuned, because I feel like I'm going to do this on a bigger scale, maybe in 2026 sometime, okay? So if you did like this, make sure that you stay tuned, make sure that you subscribe, you like it, and you share it so that we can get this out to more people. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what I had to say about that. As we wrap up though, I do want to share 4 of the top episodes, because it's only right, since we started the show, 4 top episodes for the 40th episode. I'm gonna go from bottom to top. So the one that comes in the 4th place is how to cope with being alone in a new city. As y'all heard earlier, I said I used to live in Atlanta, so I moved there alone, then I moved back to Louisville, but I did an episode on how to cope being in a new city, because it's just different as a transplant, going to different places, moving and uprooting, and it's kind of hard. So that was 4. Number 3 is what we're grateful for this year. It was a Thanksgiving episode. Talked about it last year, what we're grateful for this year. I'm still planning on what to do for this year Thanksgiving episode. Let me know if you have any suggestions on what I should do. How to invest in yourself was in January, and people want to invest in yourself. This one has been doing really, really good. I'm over here like, I need to do a part 2, but we talked about investing in yourself, i.e. getting a new job, i.e. money, starting a business, like however you invest in yourself. So if you have not seen that episode or listened to the episode, go check it out. The number 1 episode is, drumroll please, is advice you need to hear for younger women in their 20s. Okay, I don't turn a new decade now, but we did advice for women in their early 20s. So if you have a little cousin, a little sister, make sure you send in that episode, because that episode is, it's downloading like crazy, because we really do need advice. Like I said, it was my early 20s where I looked up to these women who were doing blogging, who were doing travel blogging and stuff like that. So it's really important to me for the younger generation to have these type of, platforms, podcast, things to look up to kind of know, to kind of see things that we wish we would have known when we was younger. Like I wish I would have known to start YouTube at 5. Okay, because baby, I should have started in 5th grade. Baby, I'd have been a millionaire by now, hopefully, right? We don't know. We don't know what we don't know. So if you want, you can share that episode as well, or you can check it out yourself. Let me know what you think about it. But I hope this episode encourages you to give yourself flowers or someone else flowers, and that this is a love letter to women who may not have felt seen or heard. But in the den, sis, we see you and we hear you and we feel you. So I hope this was a warm hug episode. I hope you really enjoyed it. And as we wrap up, I just want to say thank you all so much for listening. Make sure you follow us on social media, like I said earlier. Next week episode, though, is my birthday episode. Okay, turn up. I finally reached a new decade in life, so this is going to be a fun and special episode. But after that, y'all, I got some new episodes for y'all. I told y'all I've been working on a series. I got some guests. We talking about church girls. We talking about navigating life after grad. We talk about rejection, like all topics that affect Black women from our perspective. That is what this couch is for, okay? So I need you, yes, I'm looking at you, okay? I'm talking to you if you're listening to this. I need you to stay tuned. I need you to tap in with the couch, okay? Tap in with the den, okay? Make sure you get your drink. I don't have one today because life has been lifing. Make sure you get your drink. Make sure you get something good put in your earbuds. If you at work, if you're on the way home, if you're even working out, child, I need you to tap in, okay? And tag me, share it whenever you listen to the episode, and you can get reposted. And don't forget, I said I want to do the Den Listener of the Week on YouTube. So make sure that you tag me, send me a DM or something like that, so I'm able to share it with the people. And I just want y'all to please subscribe and share it so we can build this community of homegirls, okay? So until next time, homegirls, the Den is signing off. Bye. See you next Wednesday. We upload every Wednesday on YouTube at 12 o'clock and audio Wednesday morning. So see you next Wednesday. We're going to call these Working Women Wednesdays, baby, because we be working. Okay, working women, period. Bye, homegirls. See you next week.
Thanks for listening to this episode. See you next week.